Hi, my name is Timothy Boyd.
Hi, my name is Jimena Farfan.
Hi, my name is Jamarcus Jones III.
Hi, my name is Tony Figueroa.
Hi, my name is Nehemiah Butler.
We have something in common. You and I both have something in common. We are here within a country that has a document that protects individuals and their rights. This document is called the Constitution. What does your Constitution mean to you? When I was younger, if you asked me what my Constitution means to me, I wouldn't have had any answer. Maybe I would have said it's one of the greatest documents made after the Revolutionary War. I understood that the Constitution was an important contribution that fabricated itself in America's past and present at the time. Now it comes to my understanding with vindication that the country has had a historical significance. The Constitution has had a powerful role in our U.S. Constitution. The framers of the Constitution designed fundamental principles and established precedents with immense effort and political skill. Those framers, who gathered in the seats of Philadelphia, sought to institute a republican government, what was considered a foreign idea. And so the Constitution will allow America to go from a social experiment to a nation. This is the foretold foundation and genesis of America, the supreme law of land that lays the foundation to our supreme law of land. Beginning in 1787, the Constitution took movement over 4 million citizens and over 865,000 square miles, making it supreme authority. It was the political institution of a written constitution. Paulson and Michael Stroke's book, Constitution and Introduction, demonstrates how the Constitution has been used and regulated throughout our society. The Constitution is the basis for federal and state laws that regulate air transportation, education, space exploration, and even television stations. Navigating through the scopes of history, many rights or anthropomorphic liberties wouldn't be possible without that constitutional legitimacy. Our amendments themselves serves as that constitutional legitimacy. The Sixth Amendment protects the right to a speedy and public trial for a jury to determine the facts, not the law. The 19th Amendment protects women's right to vote. Many of your nieces, sisters, cousins wouldn't have that right if it wasn't for that amendment. The 14th Amendment establishes a citizen's right to citizenship, other all ethnicities. And the First Amendment establishes the right to freedom of speech, press, religion, and so forth. It protects our self-definition because we define ourselves, not the government. Navigating through the scopes, the supreme law of land has changed. The ink on the Constitution was barely dry before countless issues based on constitutional interpretation revealed themselves. According to www.uscourts.gov, memorable landmark cases serves as that constitutional interpretation. Marbury versus Madison establishes judicial review and establishes that courts have a boundaries between the government and the people. Second case, United States versus Nixon, establishes that the president cannot use executive authority to withhold evidence from a public investigation. And third case, District of Columbia versus Heller, that interprets gun rights as an individual right with no connection to militia or any other constitutional interpretation. The emphasized that the framers beheld that the constitutional law of land should be left amended, for change or alteration is yet an act of substance. Many of your children, future children, cousins, nieces, nephews will grow to be doctors, lawyers, nurses, or even president. Don't they deserve to have the knowing of their constitutional liberties? Our constitutional system has worked best when each and every government official has taken a full, active, and faithful role in interpreting the Constitution. The true heroes of the Constitution have been men like Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln, who have fought to preserve the blessings of liberty. The youth will continue on this constitutional responsibility. Although this is true, we are slowly letting our constitutional responsibility drift from our fingertips. According to National Center of Education Statistics.gov, almost 113.2 million students attend high school, private, elementary schools. Almost 7.2 million teachers toil in our school system today. On any given day during the school week, almost 1/6 of our population can be found in schools. Our schools serve the foundation of knowledge for human rights. The Constitution is the heart of social studies, government, and history textbooks, but it's slowly reduced to a footnote or merely an interesting artifact in National Archives Museum. It's being forgotten. Citizens are becoming less encouraged to vote. Domestic issues are being disputed. Executive authority is being abused. And our knowledge of how government works is becoming primitive. The Constitution is not designed with basic guidelines, rules, or principles, but a general principle. A basic skeleton on which contemporary vision would build upon. The Constitution is termed a living constitution, with all the imprecision that such a beautiful idea entails. I speak and address the history of the Constitution because it is being forgotten. But we have an opportunity to restore the full effect, to restore the constitutional meaning that employs the next generation to do the same. The beginning of fixing a problem is recognizing one. Let's start now, because the future youth will have to determine through the measure of what is right and wrong to them, because they will have to determine what the red, white, and blue means to them, because we the people have not finished the story of the Constitution or its interpretation.